you going? Good? So glad to be here with you. My name is Kristen Moyer. You can probably tell from my accent, I'm not from around here. I flew in from Denver, Colorado yesterday. Just lovely to be here with you. I run Gartner's Global CEO Survey along with Mark Ruskino. And we've been doing this survey for 20 years. We do it specifically for you as CIOs. Because what we want you to understand from this time that we have together is what the CEO's most important macroeconomic business focus areas are and what that means for technology. We want to help you make the right moves in 2024. Here's what CEOs are thinking about right now. They are sensing a new economic future. And surprise, it's an AI economic future. We're really at an inflection point right now in terms of where business is going next. The last time we were in this kind of place was back in 2012, coming out of the global financial crisis. And now we're on a new journey, and it's an AI economic future. The headline findings from our survey are always focused on what the top business priorities are. And we do this as an open-ended question. We don't want to provide a list of response options because it's kind of leading the witness. And so this is in the CEO's own words, what are their top 5 business priorities? Here's what they're thinking this year. It's really a year in 2024 of cautious stability. Last year, it was getting ready for a recession. That was what was on most CEOs' minds. This year, it's cautious stability. So here's their top 10 business priorities. Growth, number 1. Growth is always number 1. The one year that we've done this survey, it was not number 1, was in 2009, kind of coming out of the global financial crisis. But top priority this year. Number 2, technology. Technology did not used to be in the top 10 priorities. It moved in the 2010s with the rise of digital, and it's very much focused in these verbatims, it's very focused on digital as a growth engine and also AI. And so you can see this nice combination in the thinking of the CEO between growth and technology. Next one is workforce. And there's moderating workforce concern this year. On the one hand, the hybrid work still a big challenge, but it's just not the top thing that CEOs are thinking about right now. Talent is, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. Corporate, mainly focused on mergers and acquisitions, and you can see this is down. Now we know with M&A, it's very spiky, so it will go up. And it's going to go up soon, we think, because CEOs are starting to think about their next long-term business strategy. So this one's going to move. Cost management. Last year, CEOs were expecting recession. Where I'm from in Denver, Colorado, we get some huge snowstorms, and it's kind of like last year for CEOs was what we do in Denver before a snowstorm. Everybody runs out to the grocery store, gets a bunch of extra food, and then kind of battens down the hatches. So CEOs made a lot of gains with cost optimization last year. What they want to do this year is just hold that steady, not lose the gains that they made. Next one is corporate, and this is really about, or customer, sorry. This is about CEOs, we think, are starting to have a harder time selling to customers. And so a bigger focus on customer engagement and so forth this year. Products and services, not much change, pretty flat year over year. Financial, CEOs right now, they're not worried about the bank. That's what this number shows here. Now in the US, there's concern about commercial real estate and exposure and with regional banks to that, but in general, CEOs aren't worried about the bank right now. Environmental sustainability down a little bit this year. The reason it's down is last year it went up, a lot of CEOs talking about energy security and concerns about what was going to happen in Europe as winter came along. And Australia played a role in that by getting more liquid natural gas and kind of cooling the market for that. So basically, it went up last year and it kind of came back to where it was before that. So we see continued commitment there, down a little bit this year. Efficiency and productivity, way too low. And what this is really about is a little bit of intellectual laziness on the part of CEOs. Kind of thinking, well, we've got a lot of focus on digital, therefore that's going to move the productivity needle. So there's a real connection for you, a real need for you to make a connection between productivity and what's happening with digital. Productivity is really the only way to manage through some of the talent challenges that we have, reglobalization issues, and so forth. So cautious stability. But we also think that the investment cycle may be nearing a turning point. Here you can see the data of what CEOs' plans are as far as increasing or decreasing investment. And you can see for the last couple of years in general, there's been kind of a trend line going down. We're expecting that to go back up. And in fact, we're putting our next survey out into the field shortly, and we're expecting to see a rebound with this within the next 6 months.